Lynette, tell us a little bit about your False Claims Act investigation experience.
Well, my first exposure to the FCA and investigations under the FCA came when I was an assistant United States attorney. So I was the one leading those investigations. Now on the defense side, I'm leading in a different way, and that is proactively planning and strategizing on how to defend against FCA allegations.
What are some of the indications that a business is under FCA investigation?
One obvious way is if they receive a civil investigative demand, and it will indicate at the top of the CID that you are the subject of an FCA investigation.
How often do you see FCA investigations turning from civil or perhaps even administrative into escalating into criminal matters?
That's definitely possible. The Department of Justice has broad authority to investigate matters under the FCA, and they're called parallel cases. So you can have a civil investigation and criminal investigation going forward at the same time.
When we look at the penalties of FCA cases, if you could talk a little bit about this, I think the need to engage with experienced counsel early on becomes very obvious.
Definitely. The FCA has very significant penalties, including what's called treble damages, or 3 times what the government alleges is the improper payment. So you can get to astronomical figures very quickly.
I know you have resolved hundreds of FCA cases and investigations, and often avoided a settlement altogether or obtained favorable outcomes for clients that never made it into the news and the newspaper. What are maybe the 2 best pieces of advice you have, other than hiring an attorney early on, for a business under FCA investigation?
Well, like you said, involving experienced counsel is really important. But beyond that, it is to conduct an internal evaluation and investigation to find out what the level of exposure truly is, and to make a proactive presentation on why that exposure either should be limited or doesn't truly exist at all.
In this process, do you work with compliance officers of targeted companies and their in-house counsel, for example?
Yes, quite often. And that really helps the representation to have a good level of communication between the firm and the in-house people who have worked boots on the ground in these situations. And then we can add our own team members, former special agents, consultants, and experts on top to really make a thorough presentation.
FCA cases may sound easy, but the devil is in the detail. There are new decisions coming out almost every week with respect to the requirements and exact parameters of what the government can and cannot investigate. It's a complicated area, even for lawyers. If either in-house counsel, compliance officer, or a business owner experiencing an FCA investigation, could they reach out to you directly?
Most definitely. I would encourage them to do so. They should not try to navigate that space on their own. We would be more than happy to provide a free consultation to analyze the case and determine whether we would be the right fit to help them through the process.